Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. The present article is an attempt to look into the affairs of the Prime Minister National Relief Fund or the PMNRF and the Prime Minister's Citizens Assistance and Relief Fund in emergency situations, also known as the PM Care Funds. The PMNRF was established pursuant to an appeal made by way of a press noted 24 January 1948 by then Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru. He felt the need to have such a fund to make ends in the hard times owing to rioting and harm from Pakistan on occasion of partition of India. When the fund was constituted, the following people were included in the managing committee of the PMNRF: the Prime Minister, the President of the International Congress Party, the Deputy Prime Minister, the Finance Minister, a representative of Tata Trustee, a representative of Industry and Commerce to be chosen by FICCI. In 1973, an application was filed before the Income Tax Authority under Section 12A of the IT Act 1961 to register the fund as a trust for the purposes of income tax exemption. The said application of the fund was allowed by the Commissioner of Income Tax and the fund was registered as a trust. Finally, in 1985, the managing committee of PMNRF entrusted the entire management of the said fund to the Prime Minister, who was given the discretion to appoint a secretary of the fund to manage it. The PM Care Fund was created on 28 March 2020 with the primary objective of dealing with any kind of emergency or distress situation like posed by the COVID-19 pandemic. Prime Minister is the ex officio chairman of the PM Care, just like the PMNRF. The similarities between the two trusts is that the fund consists entirely of voluntary contributions from individuals and organizations. Also, it does not get any budgetary support. The trust does not owe its existence to the government but is creation of the then Prime Minister of India in an ex officio capacity. The cause for which trust was created and existed is purely charitable, and neither the funds of this trust are used for any government projects nor is this trust governed by any government policies. The trust is not obliged to provide any information to anyone as it is not a public authority under the ambit of Section 2H of the RTI Act. It is not a part of any government scheme or business of the central government and therefore not subject to audit of the Comptroller and Auditor General of India. The trust has no expenditure in the management as it is managed on an honorary basis by all involved. Both the trusts are private trusts and the funds are private funds. A PIL has been filed before the Delhi High Court seeking a direction of the trustees of the PM Care funds to display on its website the details of the money received and the purposes for which the amount has been utilized. The petition was filed by Dr. S.S. Huda through Advocate Aditya Huda in the backdrop of a reply given by PM's office to an RTI application, stating that PM Care Funds is not a public authority under Section 2H of the RTI Act 2005. The petitioner has submitted that any body that is owned, controlled, or substantially financed by the government qualifies a public authority under the RTI Act. In the present case, it is submitted that the PM Cares Fund is not controlled as well as substantially financed by the government. So far as financing is concerned, the plea states the corpus of rupees 10 crores has been created by donations largely from public sector undertakings, central ministries and departments, and even the salaries of armed forces Civil servants and members of judicial entities have been compulsorily donated into the fund. This is submitted in the light of the dictum of Supreme Court in PULC versus Union of India that PM CARES is a public authority. The right to information flows from Article 19. Accordingly, it has been pleased that even PM CARES is not a public authority under RTI Act, the people of the country still have a fundamental right to know about the source of funds and details of the expenditure. Further, it is submitted that if PM CARE is held not to be a public authority, it needs to be examined as to whether the public authorities at the highest level could prompt the government agencies, public servants, to contribute to this fund whose details are now sought to be kept opaque. The petition also states that the victims of COVID-19 have a right to know as to how much funds has been collected and how the same is being expended or is being planned to be expended. The matter is likely to be taken up by the High Court on June 10, 2020. So this was all about the issue. Thank you for watching my video.